If you can't explain what you do in a couple of seconds, that is a problem. People don't buy what they don't understand. Because when people aren't clear, they always say no, not out of malice, but because confusion leads to inaction. If they can't explain what you do, they won't buy from you, and they will definitely not refer you to somebody else. And because of that, you are leaving a lot on the table. I learned this the hard way. I used to waffle on for minutes on end, trying to explain what I did and adding more detail, thinking that would help, where actually all it did was lead to more confusion. Right, yeah, no, totally. How about you, Yuri? What do you do? What are you into? Yeah, so I empower mission-driven solopreneurs and entrepreneurs to like elevate their brand through visual communications. So you're like a social media agency? No. It's not social media. It's more that I work at the intersection of the kind of the social element of the video and the story, but then also people still couldn't repeat what I actually did. And guess what? That meant that they didn't buy anything either. Once I finally simplified the message, who I am, what I do, who I help, and how I help them, it all clicked. It became clear, and I know that it clicked because the things that were coming towards me, work, opportunities, projects, connections, were exactly in line with what I did. And that's why I made this video. I want you to skip years of confusion in your introduction and create a short little introduction video that you can use over and over again, that basically within a couple of seconds answers exactly that question. So what do you do again? Let's start with the message. The simple structure I like to use is I help X do Y so that they can do Z. In my case, I help experienced solopreneurs create engaging video content so they can stand out from the big pile of plain vanilla and reach an audience that other people can only dream of. Now for you it will be a little bit different, the wording might be a little bit different, but if you want, you can stop this video for a second, take out a piece of paper and write this down for you. Maybe write a couple of different versions, say it out loud, tweak it, change little words, maybe have different iterations and see where you go. Once you have this is your skeleton. This is the skeleton for your introduction. You can practice it at your next maybe networking events or kind of industry events. Try different versions, see how they work on people. Is it clear? Are they asking you lots of questions about, oh, so are you this, are you that? Or is it pretty obvious what it is that you do? The more you say it, the more kind of natural it will flow. The next time you meet people, so once you've got that one down, the rest of the video is just adding a bit of pizzazz and a bit of personality. When it comes to camera setup and shooting the actual video, the setup doesn't really matter that much. A webcam on your laptop works. Your phone leaning against a stack of books works. If you have a nicer camera, that works too. But don't let gear get in the way of you just getting a video out there. When it comes to lighting, maybe you want to stand outside, maybe you find a nice little spot out in the open. Maybe the light through your kitchen window works as well. Maybe if you got lights or lamps like this light over here, it's really close to my face. It's lighting up this side of the face, not the other way around. Very often I see people standing in front of a window and then you get a bright background, but you don't see any detail here. Same with the sound, pretty simple. You can use the microphone in your laptop or in your camera or in your phone. It usually works just enough. Maybe you've got a little lapel mic you can use, or even like certain headphones or something as well. Whatever works, as long as you try to stay close to the microphone so your sound gets as good as possible, and turn off little distractions. Turn off the TV in the background, the radio playing in the next room, turn off the fan, all those little things the microphone might pick up. Turn all that stuff off. Background, whatever you want to use. Some people like a kind of a busier background like this. Some people it's like a plain wall, whatever works for you. If you were to take a picture of yourself, do you like the background? Does that work for you? The whole thing about a little introduction video, a little welcome video, is that people see you. It doesn't have to be super slick or super polished. Just bring out a bit of you. When it comes to scripts, maybe a simple post-it or your phone in your hand with a couple of notes, a couple of bullet points. Some people like to write out a full script. Maybe have a piece of paper, look at a script, read a line, go back to the script, read a line. And if you're really struggling getting through the entire thing in one breath, understand that most people edit their videos. They'll cut out those little bits and pieces, which is the next bit we're going to look at. Editing does not need to be fancy. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. When you get started on a simple video like this, my recommendation is you learn two things. You learn to trim the ends, the beginning and the ends, and you learn to make cuts within the video. It doesn't really matter which kind of editing software you use. To me, they're a bit like cars. Once you can drive one, you can kind of drive all of them. Yeah, some might be a bit more complex, some might be a bit more user-friendly, but use what you have. Maybe something on your phone that's built in, maybe other programs like a CapCut or Final Cut Pro, whatever works for you. Let's start with cutting off the beginning at the end. There's a part in the video, whenever you turn on the camera, you're doing this. Like here, you can see my hand go for the record button. I hit this and I get into the video. At the end, you'll have the same. So to make sure that you don't have those in there, you can cut off the beginning and cut off the end of that video. The video starts straight at the point where you want to start. Now, there might be some parts in the middle of your video, like I'm doing now. I might look at my notes and go back to what I was initially saying, etc, etc. Those little quiet bits in between are really easy to cut off. You can check out the audio graph. You can see where you've stopped talking, where it's quiet. Find that spot. You get to the end of the sentence you said. There's quite a bit in between. You make a cut here, you make a cut here, then you remove the bit in the middle. And now it looks a bit like this. I think it would be incredibly funny if somebody watches this video and they know lip reading, because then they could quickly see that I'm not really saying much. I'm just kind of talking to them. So this is kind of a hidden language. So if you think this is funny, then I want you to subscribe to my channel and the like button below. And just like that, you take out all the dead bits, which makes it look like you did this in one smooth shot. At the same time, gives it a bit more tempo and a bit more energy. Of course, if this is too rudimentary, you can do other things like adding captions, a bit of music, transitions, or even a bit of B-roll to bring it all to life. Don't get stuck there. Those are just like little sprinkles on top. So once it's done, it's time to share it. I don't know where your customers hang out. I guess it depends on what you do. But let's say you want to post on something like LinkedIn. It's very simple. You go to your LinkedIn page, you go to create new post, you then click on this. You can upload your video, takes a second. It has audio captions. You can turn on or off. If you want, you can add a thumbnail, like a little image that people see before they click on the video. Once you've done that, you go to the next window, you can add a bit of text, a bit of context, and hit share. There you go. Your video is now out in the world. Or you can embed it onto your website, so it's the first thing that people see when they get to your website. A nice, warm welcome video. Or you can just send it to people in your network with something as simple as, hey, I created this short video explaining to people what it is that I'm working on now, and I thought you might be interested, and if you got any questions, just drop me a line, or I hope this sparks conversation. And you'll be amazed to see how many people will cheer you on and will say how much they love that you created something like this. This stuff takes a bit of guts and a bit of courage. And if you're doing it, you're already way ahead of most people out there. You're already way ahead of your competitors if you get something like this down. And if it's the video part that really is holding you back, seeing yourself on camera, got a video over here which will help you overcome just that. Some practical things that you can do to show up with not only more, I don't want you to be more confident on video alone. Yeah, I want you to have that as well, but I want you to feel comfortable on video. So go check out this video and I'll see you next time.